Hi everyone. I'd just like to take you through a hand that came up in an online tournament over the weekend. So, on this hand, West opened two hearts, and I was actually in the north seat on this hand, playing with my partner who was sitting south. But it's an interesting play problem, so I'm going to talk about it from their perspective. So the two heart bid was unusual. It's not something that most of you would probably have run into. Two hearts showed exactly five hearts in a weak hand, so they have five hearts, and they promise a second suit at least four of a minor. So they're playing a special kind of weak two bid because they play multi two diamonds, which is not allowed in most ACBL pair games or team games even. But they're playing this, but it's not very difficult to defend against. It's still a weak two bid. They just have a different parameters. They only have five hearts instead of six. We still bid exactly the same way over the weak two bid that we would over this type of weak two bid as we would over a normal weak two bid. So I held the north hand, and I had that nice big 21 point hand. I started by doubling uh, because I wanted to try to find a 4-4 spade fit, and if not, I was going to take us to no trumps. Unfortunately, I would have been forced to go to 3 no trump if partner didn't have spades. But 21 opposite, hopefully not 0 from partner, we would rate to make games. So I definitely felt it. So anyway, regardless, my hand was too strong, that north hand, to overcall 2 no trump. That would show 16 to 18. So I need to do something stronger. So double was kind of the only bid that I could make. So after I doubled, my partner bid 2 spades, which was actually, I mean, he had the choice of bidding 2 spades or jumping to 3 spades. With 9 points, it's dangerous on both ends. I forced him to bid, so this 2 spade bid that he chose to make could have 0. So 9 is a lot stronger than 0. And usually when your partner makes a take a double, you want to try to find a way to show those extra values if you have it. But I think he looked at his jack of hearts and decided, you know what, this is more like an 8 point hand. I'm going to go low and just bid 2 spades. And he only had 4 spades. And yes, I made a takeout double, but I don't promise 4 spades with my takeout double. If I have 3 spades and a perfect takeout, I'm going to make a takeout double anyway. So jumping to 3 spades with only a 4 card suit has its risk. You will do it sometimes, but I can understand him deciding not to jump to 3 spades. So after my partner bid 2 spades with that north hand, I felt like 3 spades was not really going to be enough with my hand. If I bid 3 spades, that would be basically saying to partner, if you are on the upper end of your range, bid game. Now the upper end of partner's range is, as you can see, 9. So I didn't need partner to have 7, 8, or 9 points to make game with my 21 count. I only needed them to have a good 4 or 5 points. Maybe give them the queen of spades and the king of clubs, or the king of diamonds and the queen of spades, and we'd have a reasonable chance to make 4 spades. So I didn't want to put that kind of pressure on partner that to make them have to bid game with 5 points or a 5 card spade suit and 3 points even might make a game. So I just jumped straight to 4 spades, recognizing that if my partner had 0, we were going to be way overboard. If my partner had 0 points, then we were going to lose 2 clubs and we were going to lose 2 diamonds. And I had a terrible hand if partner had nothing. But I felt like I was too strong to invite and not strong enough to bid game. But I always playing imps, I'll always lean towards making sure we're in game and not missing a good game. So, yeah. So now I led a club. They led a club, a third best club. And now we have to keep in mind the auction. West has exactly 5 hearts, and a minor suit, at least one minor suit that's 4 or cards or longer. And the opponents were playing third and fifth opening leads, third and low. So they would lead third from an even number, or lowest from an odd number. And that's going to come into play on this hand, which it's important to process what your opponent's opening lead is and see what happens. So after the club lead, my partner played the queen and went king, and he won the ace. And now he played a spade, and the opponents threw the 4 of hearts, and he won the ace of spades. And that was not good news. When he first was looking at this hand, it didn't look like we had many losers. He didn't, if the trumps were breaking, he was going to make it for sure. It was a lock. If the trumps were 3-2, he was 100% going to make this hand, because he only has, if you try to look at dummy only has, if the trumps were breaking, only has 2 little heart losers and 2 little diamond losers, and we can at least rough one of those hearts. So as long as the trumps were 3-2, this hand was easy. But life isn't always easy, and he bought this. This 5-0 trump break. But it's really important when you have a bad trump break that you don't panic. it's time to stop and count your tricks and see what's going on. You can often still make these hands that trumps are breaking badly as long as you're careful. So on this hand, if you switch mentalities and start and think about how to take 10 tricks, instead of worrying about losers, you just focus on how do I take 10 tricks. If you count our tricks on this hand, we're pretty close to 10 as it is. 2 clubs and 2 hearts is 4. The ace of diamonds is 5. And the ace, king, queen of spades is 8. So we have 8 top tricks. And all we need to do to take 10 from here is get 2 roughs. If we can rough 2 tricks, we are going to, that's trick 9 and trick 10. And you can see pretty simply how we might manage to rough a couple tricks. We can rough 1 club and dummy, that would be trick 9. And if we could manage 1 heart rough in our hand, that would be trick 10. So that's all we need to worry about at this point. And it's really, really important not to panic when you see that bad break. That's when the suit breaks badly, it's breaking badly for everybody. So as soon as it goes 5-0, for me personally, all right, I sit up in my chair like, okay, it's battle time. The trumps are breaking badly, but that's an opportunity. It's not something we should be shying away from. When the trumps break badly, we should realize it's an opportunity because a lot of people do panic when the trumps break badly. If we can stay focused and concentrate on our goal, we can we can often still survive the bad break. So we know that we want to try to get an extra couple roughs. So what my partner did was he cashed the jack of clubs and played low, and he saw an interesting card. That 2 of clubs came by West. Now West led 3rd and 5th, so the fact that they led the 5 and then the 2 makes it sound like they have exactly 4 clubs because they led 3rd best and then they followed with the 4th best. So if they had 5 of them, they would have led their lowest because they play 3rd from even and low from odd. So now my partner knows a lot about the shape. In fact, I think West would have been better off hiding that lower card to not tell my partner that he had 4 clubs. But he was trying to tell his partner that they had 4 clubs. But on this hand, it really helped my partner just kind of understand, because at this point, once you know they have exactly 5 hearts and you also know about their 4-card club suit, that means you know their spade void. That means that you know their whole shape. That West has 5 hearts, 4 diamonds, and 4 clubs. So now my partner just continued on his path, but because he knows that West has 4 diamonds, he doesn't need to cash the ace of diamonds. Watch what happens. So he now goes after his ace, king of hearts, ace of hearts, king of hearts, which he knows is going to cash because their 2 heart bid promised exactly 5. And now he goes to rough a heart. And now at this point, the opponent threw away a diamond, and there was trick number 9 right here. And now all my partner needed to do from here was trump a club, but he decided that he was going to just cash the ace of diamonds first and play a heart, which the opponent's roughed in with the jack of spades, and he over-roughed with the queen, and finally he took his club rough for his 10th trick. Well, his 9th, but he's got that king of spades for 10. Anyway, so very well played by my partner, and just important. Take it to the bank that when you know when your trumps break badly, don't fear it, embrace it, and make the best of a bad situation, and it's going to help you. Definitely don't panic.